Former Ohio U.S. Senator Sherrod Brown is preparing to fight for a political comeback as his Democratic allies confirm he plans to run for U.S. Senate against newly appointed GOP Senator Jon Husted in 2026. The former senator, who served more than 3 decades in Congress, is making good on his promise during his final speech on the Senate floor in December of 2024, when he said he was not going to disappear.
This is my last speech on the Senate floor. But it's not, I promise you, the last time you'll hear from me.
As the Democratic Party works to regain seats in the Senate, the question will be, can he beat Husted in GOP-leaning Ohio? With ballot issues also brewing ahead of the midterms, they could really shake up Ohio's politics. 21 News is your place for politics, and we're bringing back our political analyst, Dr. David Cohen from the University of Akron. David, you have followed Brown's career very closely. He fought a tough campaign in 2024, losing to Bernie Moreno. Moreno did share ballot space with President Trump in the general election last year. So this is going to be the midterms. Could this become maybe a close and expensive race against Husted?
Well, first of all, the previous race that he ran against Moreno was the most expensive race in U.S. Senate history. I expect that this race against Jon Husted will probably be the most expensive race in U.S. history, or one of them, because this seat is very gettable for Sherrod Brown and the Democrats, because it is going to be a midterm election year. Midterm elections never shine favorably upon the president's party, especially if the president is unpopular and if the economy is not doing well. Both variables I expect to be in the Democrats' favor come November of 26. So this is very gettable for Sherrod Brown and for the Democrats, and there will be a lot of money pumped into this. And if Democrats do not win Ohio and turn this seat from red to blue, they really have no shot at gaining the majority in the U.S. Senate.
Is there another reason why you believe Sherrod wants to get back into the statewide race? He knows the politics. He knows the trends. Do you think that he's maybe also banking that the midterms are going to be a tough referendum on the Trump agenda?
Without a doubt. The timing couldn't be better for Sherrod Brown, who's a well-known quantity. He has always run better than your typical Democrat in Ohio. He lost the race against Moreno in a year in which President Trump won by, well over 10 percentage points. Sherrod Brown lost by a few percentage points in a very Republican, pro-Trump year in Ohio. 2026 will look more like 2018 when he ran against Jim Renacci, and that is going to be favorable for Democrats. The money, the momentum should be on the Democrat side. Even though Republican is a Republican-leaning state at this point, this is absolutely a seat that Sherrod Brown could win against a Republican nominee who was never elected to the seat. He was appointed to fill J.D. Vance's slot in that seat.
What do you think it signals about the National Democratic Party's plans on the types of candidates and issues that they might run on to regain some of the Senate seats?
I don't know if it really says anything about their plans. I know that Chuck Schumer visited Ohio a couple of times. He's the Senate Majority Leader, and he wanted to go with a familiar face, someone that the voters know well, someone who is very, very well versed in raising the kind of money you need to be competitive in one of these kinds of races. And so, Schumer did the smart thing and got, Sherrod Brown, somebody, that's not just well known in Ohio, but across the country, who can raise money across the country to run for, his not necessarily his old seat, because Bernie Moreno has his old seat, but a familiar seat in Ohio.
All right, well, we will talk about the issues and how he's going to take on his challenger, Jon Husted. I really appreciate you taking the time to join us here tonight as we look at the announcement. He says that he is going to run. So here we go. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.